everyone. I hope you're having a great week. Today I'm back with a new story called Rita and Ralph's Rotten Day. So Rita and Ralph are two friends and they live in two separate houses on two separate hills, and they usually meet each day under the apple tree to play. But it's not always fun and games. One day someone gets hurt and they found out that saying I'm sorry can be hard sometimes. So this is by Carmen, Agra, Didi, and Pete Oswald. And as you can see, it's kind of a long book, and so it's going to cause me to kind of slide off the camera so you can see the entire book. But there's Rita and Ralph. And here's their houses. You can see on each hill. And we'll begin this story. In two little houses on two little hills lived two best friends, and every morning Rita and Ralph would open their doors, step outside, close their doors, and run. Down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill, and they would meet in the middle of the apple tree. And they'd meet under the apple tree and high-five, pinky shake, do a cha-cha, play zombie tag, and make daisy chains. So they kind of had a little daily ritual that they would always do when they would meet each other. Then one day they played a new game, Sticks and Stones. So it looks like they're kind of reared back, maybe going to throw them. And pretty soon there's an owl, yelled Rita, and she's got a bump on her head. Uh-oh, Ralph froze. This was bad. Really bad. So they ran away. Down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill. They each headed back to their house. And they opened their doors, raced inside, and closed their doors. Rita was mad. As you can see, she's got an ice pack on her head. And Ralph was sorry. So Ralph opened the door, stepped outside, and closed the door. It was 100 years to Rita's house, but she was his best friend, so Ralph went. So he's used to meeting her in the middle, and today he's going to walk all the way to her house. Down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill, and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill he goes. The long walk made Ralph a smidge grumpy. "I'm sorry," he barked. But he didn't sound one bit sorry, so Rita did not open the door. "Grr," said Ralph, and off he stomped. So he tried to apologize. It didn't sound very sincere. So he went down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill, down the hill and up the hill, down the hill and back up the hill. It was a long walk. And he opened the door, stepped outside, and closed the door. Now Ralph was mad, and Rita was kind of sorry. So she opened the door and stepped outside and closed the door and ran down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill, down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill till she finally reached his house. And as she ran, she thought about Ralph and that rock. Just thinking about it made her mad again. "I want my pine cone back," she shouted. And Ralph opened the door, threw out her pine cone, and closed the door, and Rita tromped. You know what's coming next. Down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill, down the hill and up the hill, down the hill and back up the hill. She was finally home. She opened her door, marched inside, and slammed the door. Now Rita was mad. And Ralph was mad, and Rita was sad, and Ralph was sad. I think they were both kind of missing each other. And in two little houses on two little hills, no one slept a wink. It had been a rotten day. And just when it seemed nothing would go right again, it was a new day. And Rita and Ralph opened their doors and stepped outside, closed their doors, and went... The peaches are stuck here. Down the hill and up the hill, and then down the hill and up the hill. And they met again under the apple tree. "I'm sorry," said Rita. "I'm sorrier," said Ralph. And they both meant it. So they did a high five and a pinky shake and a cha-cha-cha, and they played zombie tag, and they made daisy chains, because best friends always find a way to meet in the middle. So sometimes we have bad days. Some days we don't always get along with maybe our friends or our siblings. You've maybe had a rotten day like that. But just remember, it's always important to say I'm sorry, and it's okay. It's really even best. If you can be the first one to say you're sorry, then that is just a great thing for you to do, and a way to show that you're a great friend and you didn't mean to hurt their feelings. And so I think that's what Ralph and Rita kind of both realized, was that they were genuinely sorry and wanted to get back to the fun that they were having under the apple tree. Okay, have a great rest of your Thursday, and I'll be back with another special book tomorrow on Friday. Take care, friends.